Hello everyone, it's Susan here. Welcome to my channel today. So I'm working on the hashtag Roxy's Journal of Stitchery project and I'm doing good. So yeah, in this video I'm going to get caught up and we're going to sew some laces down and I'll be all caught up, and then actually today when this video goes live, Rachel and her sister Sarah will have new prompts coming out. So I'm trying to stay up to date. Okay, so what I did already was to put down my fabric. I cut it, I placed it where I wanted it, and I first basted it, and then I did the stitches probably a little bit further apart than what Sarah did, but yeah, so I went for that look where Rachel, she actually did a hidden stitch, and I didn't want my stitch to be hidden. You know, because you know what, I figure, well, if I'm going to take the time to stitch all this stuff, I want to see the stitches, darn it, you know, for the most part, because that stitching across all that fabric, you know, it took a good amount of time, not a huge amount of time, but a good amount of time. And I do like the way that it came out. I've never stitched like that before on a project, so yeah, so I'm learning a lot and I'm really enjoying it. Oh no, did I do what I always do? I just did what I always do. Oh no, it's so funny. I don't know why I do this. Did you guys notice that? I tend to go in from the wrong direction. It's like I should be stitching from the top and I go in from the bottom, or vice versa, and then I'm all messed up. So every once in a while I do that. I don't know. I want to make sure that that's straight. So today, like the final prompts from last Wednesday were to add some vintage lace. I'm just trying to knot this off the best I can because I just cut it. There we go. And so, which I have 2 pieces of lace up here. I have one here and I have one down here. The other thing that, or the other prompt was to add a bunny. Well, like you may have heard me say in other videos, I don't know. I don't have bunnies, and I really looked through everything. I looked through my fabrics. I looked through my acrylic and rubber stamps. I thought for sure maybe I would find some sort of a bunny in my stamps, because I would have stamped onto like a piece of muslin and then sewn it on here. I would have been really happy doing that. But that is not what happened. So I know that if you look at this, you cannot see my bunny. I know that because you want to know how I know that? Because my bunny is about probably not even a half of an inch big. There's my little bunny. He's there. Look at him. He's super cute. He's on a piece of fabric from Kathy Holden, and it was the only bunny I found. So I'm like, you know what? I had no choice. I mean, I did think about, you know, tracing out a bunny, and then embroidering it, or even doing just like bunny ears and embroidering them and all that. But you know what? It became, I don't know, I don't want to say overwhelming, but I guess it was kind of overwhelming because it just became what this piece was all about, and I didn't want it to be all about the bunny. Like there's going to be some prompts that I can work with better, and there'll be other prompts that I can't. And I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm not going to have everything that, that Rachel and Sarah have. I'm just not. And that's okay. So I have decided to make it stress free and just do the best I can. That's all I can do. I mean, Sarah had the cutest bunnies to use, super cute. But yeah, but I didn't have that. So I opted for this little itsy bitsy bunny. And can you believe I'm sewing this on crooked? No, anyway, but that's all right. So, yeah. So I have my bunny on there. He's on there. And I'm just rolling with it. And what else? What else? What else? I did, so like there were a few steps to this piece that were new to me. One of them was the basting. I mean, I had not basted before, and learning from Rachel that, the proper way to do it so that you don't get a lot of bunching up in your fabric. And she was so right. And because I did my best to do what she did, and so not only did I baste, but like I started like in the middle, basically around here somewhere, and I went outwards so that the fabric could lie flat. And that was such a huge thing for me to learn. And yeah, so that was big. And then I liked what Sarah did, as far as the you know what, they both actually called it something, but I couldn't quite understand exactly what word they were saying. And I think it's because, well, I don't know what it is, but they called this kind of stitching something. I think it began with a C maybe, but I don't know what it is. So if anybody watching this knows what that is called, this kind of stitching, again, like when Sarah did her stitches, her rows of stitching were much closer than mine are. But can somebody write it in the comments below, because I want to learn what it's called. It's called something. So I would like to learn what that is. If somebody can share that information with me, that would be awesome. So I learned about that as well. And, one of the other big pros to basting is that you can take the needles out. And I am all about that. Like right now, I have this one needle in here where I'm working, and it's annoying me. And, or pin, I should say, pin, not needle. And it was just such a relief to sew all these rows without navigating all of the pins and getting stuck. Okay, this one's annoying the heck out of me right now. Every time I do a stitch, I'm getting stuck on it. Yeah, so it was a lot less painful, and yeah, so I was super, super happy about that. So, so like I said, once I get the lace sewn on, and then that fabric down here with the bunny on it, I am all caught up. So I'm feeling good about that. And I like the fabrics that I selected. I think that they look super pretty. And then the vintage laces are also super pretty. So I have two laces here. I have this one, which was from my grandmother and my aunt. And then the other ones on here are from an Etsy order that I received from Poland just a week or two ago. So I think I'm just going to sew this on, and then off camera I'll sew this piece on and I will be done. I didn't want the video to go too long, but let's go ahead and get this pretty piece of lace up here sewn on. So tell me, like, are you staying caught up with this project? What do you find, I want to say, easier to do, and what do you find that you might consider harder to do? Like for me, like what's easy for me is, well, I guess I'll start with what's harder for me. Things that take a long time are harder for me. They just are. And no matter what I do, that's just kind of how I am. I like things to go as quickly as possible, which is interesting considering, you know, I have taken up slow stitching recently. And I've made several pieces. I do have a playlist below for my slow stitch pieces. And if you want to check it out, you certainly can. And I also have a playlist for all of my videos for this journal of stitchery. So you can definitely check that out as well. Oh, all right. So I'm just about done here. So what I think is easy, I mean, I love to just straight stitch. I find it very enjoyable. And oh, you know what else I really enjoy doing is selecting the fabrics and, and placing them where I want them to be. And then, like when I work on a slow stitch piece, I love to select like the buttons and the charms. And like to me, that's the creative piece to stitching is all of that, right? So it's selecting the colors of fabrics and maybe textures of fabrics, and then, you know, the laces and the buttons and the ribbon and the you know, like I said, the charms, everything that goes on top is just a lot of fun. Now, right now, this is going over the edge. Do I want to cut that? You know what? I don't know. Yeah, I guess I will. I'll go ahead and cut it. Sometimes I would leave stuff like that, but for right now, I think I'll just cut that one side. All right, so doing good. So then the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually give this a cut. And I don't know that you all need to watch me sew this on, but I'm going to sew my little bunny down here. I'm just going to straight stitch around this piece of fabric, and this will be done. If you want to see the absolutely finished piece, I'll post some photos over on Instagram for you to check out. And please check out Rachel and Sarah. I have their YouTube channel links below in my description box. And I have learned so much already. I'm really enjoying this. I want to thank Sarah and Rachel for this because it just came at the perfect time. And yep, so that's it. So I will be back with more videos for this project. And thank you all so much for being here, and have a wonderfully blessed rest of your week. Alrighty, bye-bye.